The story, published in The Spectator on Monday, is entitled The Unremarkable Meghan Markle. It scrutinizes the Duchess's visit to the memorial of the Texas school shooting, her and Prince Harry's supposed failure to deliver on promised multimedia projects, the impact she has had on her husband's life choices, including what the author calls his self-exile, and more. Mr. Neil, who is chairman of The Spectator and has a political show on Channel 4, was questioned by social media users after he posted the feature, which sits in the culture section of the outlet's US edition, to Twitter. One user calling themselves Norris said, "Seriously, what is your problem with her? Move on." To which a second, under handle at Bridget Ford 18, replied, "Seems he suffers from the same complaint Piers Morgan does. Obsession." Their thoughts were echoed by Stanley Strider, who said, "Unremarkable equals there is nothing to report." Yet here we have the Spectator's 20th or so report on this person. Neil and Piers are obsessed with her. At one point in the piece, the writer suggests Meghan went to place flowers for the victims of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde as a PR stunt. He wrote, "Flying with staff, bodyguard and camera crew to a private airfield near Uvalde, she was whisked into a black van, amply photographed, and home before dark. Job done, it's a wrap." Was this some strange, sick, unspeakable parody of a royal visit? What the hell was it? Going further, he went on to claim the Duchess's attributes could be found in a book to diagnose mental disorders. The article read, "Is she insane?" Not exactly, although many of her least attractive qualities are tucked into the DSM-5. A user under handle at keep_going20 said, "Wow. If I never read that author again, it'll be a blessing." Another, Graham Meikle, asked Mr. Neil, "What's your point?" There's a lot to be said for being unremarkable. Most of us are, but we still have friends and families and lead good but unremarkable lives. But not all criticized the strong words aimed at the 40-year-old mother of two. Among the comments under Mr. Neil's tweet, some said the article reflected their opinions. A user calling themselves Reasonable Voice said, "Give yourself a treat and read it, but it's not favorable. I loved it though. Brilliant and right on point." A second, Sir Francis Dashwood, wrote, "Typically I avoid any piece about these two. But I am glad I read this one. Well done." Another, Ali Cowles, added, "Well written and everything we are thinking." Another news, Prince William and Prince Harry once shared a close brotherly bond. However, in recent years, their once close relationship has been met with ongoing tensions. The two princes were both in attendance for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, but the possibility of the two making amends looks unlikely following the jam-packed 4-day weekend. Speaking on the latest Mail Plus Palace Confidential, Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden discussed William and Harry's rift. Mr. Eden said, "At the Jubilee celebrations, we saw that William and Catherine had nothing to do with them, Harry and Meghan, at all while they were here. That's a big thing." He added, "In the lead up to this, the weeks before, we've had loads of stories appearing about how Harry and William are starting actually to, sort of, mend fences a bit. And that, they've been in touch. Well, I didn't see any of that." The royal expert also added one thing he noticed at the National Service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral on June 3. He said, "One thing I ought to add, which was a bit naughty, but I did notice on Twitter that directly behind Harry and Meghan was seated the former head of Security Service. He's the former MI5 boss Andrew Parker, Lord Parker. So, he was keeping a beady eye on Harry and Meghan." He added that maybe he was there to give the Sussexes the security that they asked for. Also speaking on the episode, alongside Mr. Eden, was royal correspondent Victoria Murphy. Ms. Murphy said, "I think given the fact that you had, sort of, this weekend is an opportunity for the family to show unity, and for everyone to show togetherness. I think it was quite telling that clearly William and Harry did not consciously, at any point, make an effort to be seen side by side." Royal author Tina Brown previously spoke to 60 Minutes Australia about the brothers' tense relationship. Ms. Brown stated that there is very little communication between Harry and William right now,